I am the Humble Seer.
Hello and welcome to the Humble Seer. So, this is the top 7 things Sagittarius will never get caught doing. So, let's get right into it. What's the first thing that Sagittarius will never get caught doing? Seeing the glass half empty. They will never see it that way. They are a see the glass half full kind of person. They're very optimistic, they're the eternal optimists. And they have an expectation of you being the same way. They don't like, people being negative. They don't like it. They don't have time for it. They don't want it in their energy. They won't have it. They are not seeing the glass half empty. They are seeing it half full. And they go through life in that way. Now, they're not excitable. Oftentimes, the Sagittarius is very dry. They're just very dry. But they will never get caught having a view of the glass being half empty. It's not going to happen. So if you want them to be that way, well, you better move on. Find somebody else that's going to give you negativity because it's not this sign. So what's the second thing that Sagittarius will never get caught doing? Driving safely. If you are in the car with somebody and you don't know their zodiac sign and they're driving recklessly or they're taking risks, you can bet your bottom dollar it's a Sagittarius because they don't know what it means to drive safely. They don't like driving safely, and you will likely find them in a sports car, a fast car, a car that gets everybody's attention. They don't drive safely. So just know that either you should be the one driving or take a bus or a train or something, a plane. But don't get in the car with a Sagittarius unless you are another fellow Sagittarian. But the thing is, you're going to be scared. A Sagittarius would be scared of another Sagittarius's driving. But here's the thing. They're actually, even though they don't drive safely, they tend to be good drivers. I know it sounds oxymoronic, just even me saying it, but they don't drive safely, but they're good drivers. They have a command of the wheel. You won't find them getting in accidents. Well, some may, but they don't like to drive safely. Basically, they like to drive recklessly. They like to take risks. They're risk takers behind the wheel. Trust and believe. A Sagittarius will never get caught driving safely. What's number 3? Lack of curiosity. A Sagittarius loves to learn things. They love being curious. As a child, they were probably curious. They were probably doing things that would spark the imagination. They like to go into the world of imagination. And so with that, they're always curious about learning new things. Or anything. They'll be curious about learning who you are. They'll want to know about you. Now, it's not like they won't immediately talk your ear off. No, Sagittarius doesn't roll that way. They can be very aloof, very standoffish. But if they want to know about you, you can best believe they're going to learn about you. But it is not in the personality of a Sagittarius to just be talking to anybody. They'll be the ones at the party watching everybody. They won't be walking around talking to people. So if you're curious about the person sitting on the sofa or up against the wall, not dancing when everybody else is on the dance floor, you can best believe, you can wager that is a Sagittarius. And it could even be a party at their house. But they enjoy the music and they enjoy the vibe and the energy, but they're not going to be dancing. I mean, that's how you'll know that you're in the presence of a Sagittarius. Don't expect them to dance. Don't expect them to get on the dance floor. What's number 4? Patience, which is probably why they drive recklessly. Because they don't have, if you have to be somewhere, they hurry up, let's go. And if you're causing them to be late, well, then they're just going to drive recklessly to get to their destination. But they're not patient people. And they get irritated and they will show their irritation That's just an example, but they're not patient. They don't have a patience. They don't have patience when you're trying to make up your mind. If you're standing in the line at a fast food restaurant where the menu never changes and you're staring at it, trying to figure it out, they're thinking to themselves, why in the hell are you staring at a menu that you've seen 100 times before? You already know what's up there. Let's get this going. Just order something. They're not going to say that, but you're going to feel their lack of patience. It is in their energy. They cannot hide it. You're going to work a Sagittarius's last nerve by staring at that menu or anything else that tests their patience. And you're going to know. You will know when a Sagittarius has reached their limit in terms of patience. They'll never get caught being patient. And the fifth thing that Sagittarius will never get caught doing, keeping their opinions to themselves. They're not going to do it. They're opinionated. And they're going to let you know. But, Sagittarians can be very well read. They read a lot. They're very, you might think they're secretive or they're off doing, they may not come around, or if you text them, you're like, why isn't this person responding? Because they're doing other things. It's not personal. Just as an aside, they're not ignoring you. They're just doing other things that are more important. But back to number 5 and keeping their opinions to themselves. A Sagittarius will never get caught doing that. They're going to get caught having opinions, and the opinions might even be about you, and they will not hesitate to tell you in the most painful kind of way, even if they don't even know what they're talking about. They may not even have a clue as to what you're dealing with, and they don't know what they're talking about, but it doesn't matter. They're going to have an opinion because they have figured it out in their mind. Meanwhile, it's not even what they are telling you or texting you or talking to you about. It's like you're thinking to yourself, why is this person even, what are they talking? This isn't my situation. It doesn't matter. They think they know, and they are never going to get caught keeping their opinions to themselves. Number 6 is not taking on the mother-father role. They're never going to get caught not doing that. They're always going to act like they're the mother or the father in the family. I'm talking specifically in the family, okay? If you have other siblings, they're going to take on, in some instances, it's not even the mother and the father. It's both. Or I should say, it's not just the mother or just the father. It's both. They're going to take on that role. Even when the parent is there and fully capable of parenting, the Sagittarius could be 10 years old, and they're taking on the mother and the father role, so much so that the parents themselves will be they're so concerned about what the Sagittarius thinks that they happily hand over the parenting to the Sagittarius, and they could be 10 years old. Now the Sagittarius is telling you, the other sibling, what to do. Now, there's a good chance that the other siblings are ignoring the Sagittarius, but it doesn't matter. They feel like they are the boss of you. And they take that role on. They take on that parent role very early on. And sometimes they never even have children because they feel like their siblings are their children. So they won't be like a brother or a sister. They'll be like a parent to their sibling. They're never going to get caught not being a mother or father role. It's just not going to happen. And the last thing that Sagittarius will never, ever get caught doing, hiding their exhibitionist side, because they're exhibitionists. They may walk around the house in their underwear when there's people that they've never even met there. They don't care. I don't even think I need to expand on this. They're never going to hide that side. It's just out there for the world to see. They do not care. And it's innate to a Sagittarius. This is what they do. They are exhibitionists. die-hard exhibitionist. So I'm going to leave it there. Those are the top 7 things Sagittarius will never get caught doing. Thank you so much for stopping by the Humble Seer. Do consider liking, sharing, subscribing. Leave a comment below and tell me what you think about this reading. And until next time, you take good care and we'll talk again soon. Bye.